In today's video, we're going to take a smaller topic out of a couple of my longer videos about shipping and international selling, and we're going to focus in on setting prices for international shipping. This is a topic that I've gotten lots and lots of questions about, so hopefully this video helps to clear them up. All right, so this topic of how to set your prices for international shipping comes down to really a couple of main things. Number one, which countries do you sell in, and are you planning on having your orders fulfilled in that other country when possible? Now, I covered this in my somewhat lengthy video that's all about the different options you have for selling internationally. So I fully explain what the different options are, including selling internationally without changing your print providers, meaning you just ship internationally, versus actually changing the print provider on your orders when they are international, and kind of a couple different ways to go about doing that. Now, this video is going to center mostly around what to do when you are going to be changing print providers, either through automatic order routing or by manually changing the print provider on your international orders. But before we do that, I just want to quickly address, if you made the decision to not change print providers and not use automatic order routing on Printify, but you are still going to sell internationally, then the easiest thing to do is just use the international shipping prices that come from your print provider of choice. So for example, let's say we were creating all of our t-shirt listings on Printify using print provider Swift POD. If we look at the provider info here and then go to the shipping tab, it will tell us what their shipping charges are for the United States, Canada, Australia, and the rest of the world. Now, when we create a listing using Swift POD, if we allow that listing to publish and create a new shipping profile, these are the prices that are going to populate automatically in that shipping profile in our Etsy shop. For example, here is a listing that I created with Swift POD. It is that Bella Canvas 3001 t-shirt. And when I'm publishing this listing, if I select standard shipping here, and then I allow Printify to automatically assign a new shipping profile with this option here, when this publishes, it's going to create that new shipping profile and populate all of those prices for me automatically. Now, if we come over to Etsy and look at the listing details here, I'm down in the shipping section, and here it is, standard Swift POD garments, and this is how it published from Printify. If we click on edit here, we will see the shipping profile details, and we will find that it has the United States, Australia, Canada, and everywhere else. And it copied the pricing over that we saw from Printify for the shipping prices for the first item and the additional item. Now, I would only recommend allowing Printify to create that new shipping profile the first time you create a listing, and then just reuse this shipping profile. So give it a name if you want, like change it to Swift POD t-shirts or something like that, and then use that same shipping profile for all of your t-shirts. It is pretty much just this simple if you are planning on having your orders fulfilled by your primary print provider and then just shipped internationally. So you will have your shipping cost covered for these outside of your primary country. You also don't have to worry about the Etsy free shipping guarantee for anywhere outside of the US, because that only applies in the US. So you won't run into issues where you're not going to get this shipping charge because of the free shipping guarantee. All right, now let's return to our primary scenario here for anybody who is planning on either using order routing or manually changing print providers in order to get orders fulfilled closer to your customer. So when you use this option, when you actually want to have your orders fulfilled in the customer's country whenever possible, you have two ways of doing it. And again, I explained both of these methods in depth in that other video, so I will be linking to that video in the description. But for a quick breakdown, order routing includes a feature on Printify where if you have order routing enabled, it will recognize that you have an order for a customer in a different country than your primary print provider, and it will automatically move production to that country if there is a print provider available. However, there are a couple of caveats to be aware of. First, I wouldn't just enable this without checking into it to make sure that it actually works for you. For example, if you enable this and there are no print providers for the product in those other countries, but this was kind of your intent, then the order can't be routed because nobody will be available to fulfill the order in those other countries, and your orders are just going to go through international shipping anyway. There are also some cases where Printify won't route the order automatically. That would be if, of course, if the print provider in the other country is out of stock of the item. They also won't route the order if the costs difference is more than what you set for your threshold. Now, the other option I explained in that other video is you can disable order routing and then instead just manually grab any orders that come from an international customer and change the print provider on that order. For the explanation of how to do that, definitely go check out that other video. Basically, that just gives you a little more control over where your orders get sent in terms of those other print providers. It also allows you to plan in advance for which print provider you would use, which then in turn allows you to set your shipping prices accordingly. However, even if you're going to use this, I would still recommend taking a look at the shipping prices for the other print providers who might be fulfilling your orders and make sure that your shipping prices and your shipping profile are updated accordingly. All right, let's proceed with this example, assuming I am not enabling order routing, and we'll go back to the catalog. So again, if I am going to be selling the Bella Canvas 3001 for all of my t-shirts in the United States, and I'm going to use Swift POD, then my primary shipping strategy is based on Swift POD. Remember, we actually published this shipping profile earlier. And let's say in the United States, I'm going to do free shipping because this part of it doesn't really matter so much. So I'm going to do just the slowest shipping method here, and I'll do free shipping in the US. And what this means is I have built my US shipping cost into the price of the product itself. Okay, and that's going to be important in just a second when we talk about the shipping prices for these other countries. But let's take a look at, for example, what would happen if I get an order from a customer who is in Canada? How would I go about getting that order fulfilled? I would want to have a draft of this product created in my Printify account with a print provider that is located in Canada so that I can manually swap that out. And I can plan for this in advance by looking through the catalog and identifying who is in Canada that could fulfill these orders for me. And we have two choices. We have Duplium and we have PrintGeek. So either one of those print providers could fulfill an order for me if I got one for a customer in Canada. Now, I'm going to take a look at both the product prices and the shipping prices to see which ones seem to be the best and also which ones offer the same colors that I am selling this t-shirt in the United States. Right now, right out of the gate, PrintGeek looks like they might be a better option in terms of the color options. What we care about for shipping prices, of course, is Canada. So the shipping price in Canada here with PrintGeek is $6.79, and for Duplium, the shipping price for Canada is $9.99. So actually, the shipping is more expensive with Duplium here, and there's a bigger color selection with PrintGeek. So I'm going to plan on using PrintGeek for any of the orders that come from Canada. But I also should pay attention to the product prices. If you notice, Duplium's product prices are also quite a bit higher, it looks like. Now, if you have Printify Premium, of course, that gives you the lower pricing. But looking at the prices, PrintGeek looks like the best option to me for both price and shipping. All right, so what I want to do now is take a look at what the pricing is and what the shipping is compared to what I will pay for my US orders. Okay, now you don't have to be quite this formalized with it. I just always like to use a simple spreadsheet whenever possible. I think it simplifies things, at least for myself, because I can see them side by side. Here is a comparison to help me set my shipping prices for these other countries. So I've got my numbers here for the US. So I charge $23.99 for my t-shirt price in the US. That's what my product price is set to. And remember, I was going to do free shipping in the US, so I set my shipping price to $0. So my total revenue that I'm going to get on each order in the US is $23.99. Now, my cost on these t-shirts from Swift POD in the United States is $9.12. That's the Printify Premium price that I get. And then the shipping cost is $4.75. Now, the tax that I pay on that is $0 because I am registered in the US as for my business. I filed the necessary tax exemption for sales tax with Printify, so I'm not going to get charged sales tax to fulfill my orders. So that gives me a total expense, a total fulfillment cost of $13.87, which means my profit is going to be $7.39. Now, I'm not doing the Etsy fee math in here. I actually took these two numbers, $23.99 and $13.87, and I put them into my favorite Etsy fee calculator, which is from Allura, totally free. You don't have to have an Allura account. So with that price, $23.99 and a cost of $13.87, gives you the breakdown of the fees. My total profit is 31%, $7.39. So that's what I entered here in my spreadsheet for comparison. Now, let's talk about Canada. Remember, we just looked at PrintGeek as the print provider that I am planning to use in Canada. Now, as we've said, I cannot change the product price. $23.99 is still going to be the product price in US dollars. That is not going to change, but my shipping price is going to change. So what I need to do now is take a look back at PrintGeek here and see what was their Canada shipping rate. And that was $6.79. So what we're going to do first here is take a look at what if we just use these exact numbers. So let's put $6.79 in here as what I'm going to charge for shipping. Now let's do our product cost. It is going to cost me, looks like $11.25 would be the number that I'd want to use here. Some of the colors like basic black and white are a little bit less for small through XL. And of course you raise your prices for 2X and 3X, but I want to use this number here because I might be getting charged this amount depending on the color. So I'm going to put $11.25 because I do have Printify Premium for my product cost. And then my shipping cost is going to be $6.79 because that was PrintGeek's shipping cost. So far, so good, right? It looks like I am actually going to do okay here because I'm getting quite a bit more in revenue. I'm adding another $6 here to my price, which already included the US shipping price. And my total cost is a little bit less than $5 more. So I'm actually, looks like I'm doing okay. However, what we need to pay close attention to here is the tax because Printify is going to charge me tax on this order. Now, if you have an order where this has happened to you before, you can take a look and kind of see what is the percentage sales tax being charged so you can do this a little bit more exactly. But based on my past experience with t-shirts, I think I need to plan on anywhere from $1.50 to $2 of tax. And of course, that's a percentage on your order. So it is going to vary depending on how much the customer actually buys and what your total fulfillment cost is. But I'm going to put in here $2 estimated for tax in addition to the actual production cost and shipping cost. So I am estimating my total expense for the order coming from Canada to be $20.04 instead of $13.87, which is what it would be in the US. So let's take those two numbers and make sure that I am still protecting enough of my profit. So if I take $30.78 as my selling price and a cost of $20.04 and run that through my calculator, I'm actually going to see a drop here in my profit margin to only 24% because it is $7.37. So this illustrates why we don't want to just use the shipping price from our print provider when we sell internationally, unless you happen to be registered as a business with a tax exemption in these other countries. Instead of using PrintGeek's actual shipping charge of $6.79, I need to add a couple dollars here to the shipping price because remember, this all gets back to the fact that I cannot charge a different product price. So I'm going to come back to my shipping price here and put in $8.79 instead of $6.79, and that's going to bump my total revenue up to $32.78. Let's see what that will do to our calculator. Now we're getting a profit margin of 28% or $9.18. Now, you could make this an even $9 and get just a little bit more out of it. You can kind of do whatever you want, use your own discretion, but get as close as you can to your normal profit margin for your primary selling country when you set these prices. So what we learned from this exercise, we don't want to just use the actual shipping cost to set our shipping price. We need to factor in that we're going to get charged extra tax on these international orders as well, and then add a little bit to our shipping price to cover that. So what that means is I'm going to come back here to my shipping profile for my t-shirts, and I'm going to find Canada here now that I did the math for Canada. Now, Etsy doesn't like it when you have others selected anymore. I'm not even sure how this one came through with others, so I personally changed that. Now, because I know that I have planned in advance here to move the fulfillment of these orders to Canada, I'm actually not going to pick the slowest option. I'm going to go ahead and pick one of the 3 to 5 day options here because when this order gets fulfilled in Canada, it's not going to take multiple weeks to be delivered to the customer. That's of course the primary reason why I'm doing this to begin with. So what we want to do is adjust our shipping prices. Remember, the shipping price you see right now, that was based on coming from Swift POD in the US. So you can ignore these numbers here. I'm just going to wipe them out. So for Canada, we just determined that I needed to have a shipping price of at least $8.79 to maintain my profits. You know what? Let's go ahead and just round it up to $9. So that will get me just that much closer to my 30% target profit margin. So let's set this at $9. And if we come back to the numbers here for Print Geek, our additional item charge in Canada is $2.19. Each additional item is going to add cost, which adds additional tax to our order. I personally don't add a lot to that to cover it. I'm going to make my additional item like $2.50 just so that helps cover a little bit more of the tax that gets added. So I'm gonna come back to Etsy here and set this additional item price to $2.50 for Canada. So that's the process. This setting for the international shipping service for Canada, this is taking into account my actual plan for what I'm gonna do when orders come from Canada. I am planning on using Print Geek and changing out the print provider. So now I know that this cost is not only gonna cover the actual shipping cost, but it's gonna cover that tax that I'm going to pay as well. So I would go through this same process that we just went through for any additional country that you plan to sell in. So if you plan on selling in Australia, find a print provider in Australia for the product you're planning on selling. Do the math the exact same way we just did. Add up your production cost, your shipping cost, and estimate a little bit of tax to make sure that you're maintaining your profit. Do the same thing for the next country until you're done. And you also still need to consider whether you want to sell in all countries. For example, this everywhere else option, I've talked about this many times in many videos. I don't recommend using this option, honestly. I recommend hitting that trash can and getting rid of that, and then only add the individual countries that I really intend to sell in. And then just do this process to figure out what your shipping price needs to be, keeping in mind that your product price is going to stay the same in every country. Now, before we end the video, one last mention of automatic order routing. What's gonna happen with automatic order routing? Remember, we set a maximum on Printify for how much more we're willing to pay than our regular price. And that was here. So if we were enabling order routing, we would set this maximum and say, hey, I only want you to route the order if the total cost per item with shipping is $5 more or the same, basically. So what you can do is use that information to help you calculate your total price that you need to charge. So what we would do is the exact same process here, but instead what we would do is just take this total expense that we calculated for the US. And remember, we just said we're only gonna allow order routing if the total cost would come out $5 or less different. So we could add $5 to this total expense here. So all you need to do based on that is figure out what shipping price would get me to the correct amount of profit with a cost of $18.87. So for example, if we start with $6 for a shipping charge, that gets me a revenue of $29.99, and my total expense will not exceed $18.87 because I set that $5 limit. Now, just doing a quick check of our calculation, that's not gonna work because that's only 26% profit margin, $7.80. So I need to set a shipping cost higher. So $31.99 would be our price. And now we're on target, 30% profit margin, $9.61. However, what happens if Printify cannot get the order fulfilled at an international location for this amount or less based on the threshold you set? Well, Printify indicates that if the price that they have exceeds that limit you set, the order will be placed on hold and you will have to take action on it. So that will give you the opportunity to review the order and decide whether you're willing to go higher on this in terms of the cost, or if you just want to have your domestic print provider fulfill the order and ship it internationally. This is why we do this in advance, to try and figure out what do we need that international shipping price to be. I would go a little bit higher than this to make sure that I can actually get the order fulfilled and maintain my profit the way I need to. So I personally would kind of be arriving back at the same price we set by looking at this manually. I would be setting a shipping price of $9, and that way I know I'll be able to get the order fulfilled internationally at a print provider closer to the customer, and I'll get the profit that I need, even if the cost goes up to, in the $20 range, which is exactly what we calculated just a moment ago. So all that to say, whether you are doing automatic order routing and trying to let it happen that way, or manually replacing the print provider on these orders yourself, do this math in advance and make sure that you are setting these prices based on the additional cost for production, as well as covering a little bit of tax. All right, so that'll do it for this video. Let me know down in the comments if it was helpful for you. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up if it was. Let me know if you still have questions about international shipping. And don't forget to subscribe to the POD Insights channel. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.